Okay, so let's start with today agenda. So today is 3 hours. So I'll make it like 2.5 hours of content, maybe 30 minutes of Q&A. Okay, so first of all, this is the agenda for today. Okay, we'll have some hands-on, okay, some theory plus hands-on. Where I have three Excel file. Later I will see how to share that. I cannot just drag into the chat. Okay, I don't know why. I cannot share it in the chat. Later I'll see how to share it. Okay, so first of all, what is data? Okay, so today's topic, like I say, is the data-driven decision making. So first of all, what is data and what is data science? Okay, maybe these some words has been heard before. Okay, then later we will do some hands-on. A very simple hands-on by using Excel. Okay, and then we'll go to what is the decision making. Okay, uh, then we'll go to data-driven decision making. Okay, so there what is the difference between them? Later I'll go through, and then we'll do two more hands-on. Okay, using Excel as well. Okay, so first, hands-on 2 is a case study. First, hands-on 3 is a multi-branch, okay, of the case study. Yeah, lastly, before go to Q&A, we'll do some data visualization. Okay, so let's start with the content. So first of all, what is data? So 数据是什么? So what is data? Okay, data, believe every day you have you have actually interact with that. Okay, so data is the basic information made up numbers. Okay, can be numbers, words in front of you. They are all words, right? Okay, or observation that describe a thing or event. Okay, so from here, you can see that data actually, if you didn't use it, it may be meaningless lah. Okay, if you didn't use it, and data if it's very messy, you cannot actually find anything from that. Okay, so but if you organize the data, okay, or you process it, you may find something actually something very variable. Okay, that actually support you to do decision making. Okay, so first of all, there are a lot of data. Okay, there are a lot of numbers, there are information. So what are the type of data? Okay, what are the type of data? Okay, so for this case, these are some of the list of the data. Okay, basically there are five of them. First is quantitative, second is qualitative, then structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Okay, I'll go through very briefly what are them. So first of all is quantitative. Okay, short meanings means numbers. Any data with numbers means quantitative. Okay, for example, you're in a lab, in a science lab. Okay, you actually use a tube to hold some liquids, and that is a 46.5 at the right side. You can see it's 46.5 ml. So this number is a quantitative data, and you're using a scale to scale something. Okay, so this is about 20 milligram. Okay, anything with numbers is quantitative. Okay, so for example, number of students. Hey, why there's a mark here? Who is this? Okay, anyway, okay, number of students, price, and also height. Okay, so these are all, if it's numbers, it's quantitative. So how about your hackathon? Okay, all you can see they are all numbers, right? Yeah, they belongs to quantitative data. Okay, so next is the qualitatives. Okay, qualitative means that it's not a number. Okay, it describes something. Okay, for example, you have a perfume. Okay, this one smells like a rose. This is not numbers. It's a describe of that perfume. Okay, so for this case, you have some waters. Okay, and this is very hot. Hot is a describe of the particular liquids. Okay, everything is described. For example, red colors, noodles, good or bad. So these are qualitative data. Okay, so for the data set you have for hackathon, I don't think you have this lah. Okay, but anyway, this is a qualitative data. Okay, so next is the structured data. Okay, data, they are organized in row and columns. Okay, then why is row and column? Because it's easy to store in the tables. And this one make it very easy for you to search and manage them. Okay, so the data set you have for the hackathon is structured data. Okay, they are all in tables, rows and columns. Okay, for example, you have Ali Akab Mutu and what's their age and what's called. Everything they are structured is called structured data. Okay, so next is the unstructured data. Okay, they do not have a fixed format. Okay, so for example, sensor data, images, website, okay, emails, social media data, they are all don't have a fixed format. Okay, they are just there. Okay, they don't have a fixed format. Okay, for example, image, they have different set of image, right? So they don't have a fixed format. Okay, so this is unstructured data. Then how about semi-structured data? Okay, so you can see structured data is at the right side. They are all structured in the tables. Unstructured, they are just randomly hang there. Okay, semi-structured is you just assume that you have images and you have some other files, but they actually organized. They actually organized in the same folder. Okay, this is what I call semi-structured, unstructured data. Sorry, it's called semi-unstructured data. Okay, so for this case, sorry, there's a typo. It's a semi-structured data. Okay, it's semi-structured. Okay, so they are partly organized, which means that in one folder, you have not only have Excel file, for example, you have other file as well. Okay, but they are still inside the same folder. Okay, so this is called semi-structured data. Okay, so in the summary, okay, so quantitative is all about numbers. Okay, qualitative is about words and labels. Okay, structure is all organized in labels. So unstructured is there's no clear format. Semi-structured, they are all partial organized. So these are all the data you have. Okay, so just a quick quiz. Okay, you can time in the chat. Okay, so blue, what is the type of data? 25 students, what is the type of data? Instagram photo, email, message. Okay, you can, if you don't type in the chat, you can type somewhere or just memorize. Okay, so give you a few seconds, think about it. Okay, what is this data? Okay, oh, got response, good. Quantitative. Qualitative, okay, quantitative, that means structure, okay. Thanks for your response. Okay, so let's see the result. Okay, so blue, so it's a describe something, okay, that things look is a blue color. Okay, so it's qualitative. Okay, so next is the numbers, you already know it's quantitative. So Instagram photo is unstructured. Okay, email is semi-structured. Email is semi-structured. Okay, so good try. Okay, so this is just a quick quiz. Okay, so you have a lot of data. Okay, is it good thing to have a lot of data? So they actually have pro and cons, okay, of using data. Okay, most of it should be pro. Okay, I mean advantages. What's the advantage of using data? So first of all, it's the informed decision making. Okay, which means that what is mean by informed decision? Which means that you make decision based on data. Okay, based on past experience, based on data. So it's informed decision making. Okay, so if you have data, it can reduce uncertainty. Okay, or maybe personal bias as well. Okay, leading to more reliable and effective outcome if you're using data. Okay, second is if you have a lot of data, okay, for you can see from the hackathons data set, right? Okay, when you look at it, they are all numbers. Okay, so how do you use some techniques to identify patterns and trends? Okay, identify pattern and trends. Okay, so maybe some are route they are more sorry, they are more efficient, use less petrol that can deliver everything. Okay, so you must use some techniques okay, which is some of the data analysis techniques to identify this trend and also the pattern. Okay, so third is performance measurement. Okay, it can help you to do benchmark. If we have, let's say for the hackathon, you already have final answers, final numbers. Okay, but how do you know that this number is good or not? Okay, this petrol you are using is a good or not? Is actually efficient or not? You must have use these numbers to do some benchmarking. Okay, find some other source and do some benchmarking. So that's the benefit of using data. But again, you have disadvantages of using data. Okay, first of all, is privacy and security issue. Again, data in our IT world, data can be called data is expensive. Okay, so what I mean by this is, for example, if your school have collected a lot of data throughout 10 years, okay, this data is valuable because it's collected throughout the 10 years, like the trend of students upwards, downwards, something like that. All these, what's performance of students? If you collected all this data throughout these 10 years, this data is expensive. Okay, this data is expensive. And also, this one will actually trigger privacy as well. Okay, so this data must be kept very safe. Okay, else you have a security concern. Okay, then next second is misinterpretation and also bias. Okay, if you have a lot of data, but if you use wrong analysis formula, okay, it may lead to the answer is the result is not the one you want. Okay, so to collect data you need high cost and time to collect this data. Okay, because this data to collect data need time. Okay, you may want to invest something so that you can start to collect some data. Okay, so these are just some of the device disadvantages of using data. Okay, so this is about data. Again, it's all about data. Then let's go to the next level is the data science. So 我也叫做数据科学 data science. Okay, you have data. Okay, if you didn't organize, if you didn't analyze, data is just data. Okay, for you it's just a data. It's meaningless. Like I said, data is meaningless unless you can try to use some analysis tools formula to find something, find some patterns from there. But who is the one that have this kind of skill? Okay, I mean, what is the area? It's called data science. Okay, because science, right? Data and science together, which means that you need to use some formulas, use some mathematics, okay, to find what is patterns, okay, what is the trend from that data. Okay, later we'll do some hands-on for this. Okay, well, just a very simple hands-on. Okay, so for this case, data science is a process of using data to understand information, find pattern, and solve problem. Okay, mainly it's using some formula to find the information, find some patterns. Okay, for example, what is highest sell, what is the lowest sell, what is the profit make for this week, what's for profit, what is the loss for that particular month. Okay, so based on that information, what decision you need to make? And that decision will come later. Okay, now we just focus on data science. Okay, so for this case, what's different between guessing or data-based decision? Okay, so you just make a decision without using data. That's called guessing. Guessing, 猜东西. Okay, guess. Okay, then another one is, I mean, this is a comparison between guessing and database decision. Okay, so I ask you a question. Okay, which snack should school canteen sell more? Okay, I mean, all your school have canteen, right? Okay, so I think your age, you love to eat snack, okay, something like that. So you think that, okay, which snack should the canteen sell more? Okay, so if you just guess, I think juice, okay, should sell more, fruit should sell more. Okay, this is based on opinion, personal opinion. Because why you say juice you must sell, canteen must sell more than others. Okay, maybe you are biased. Okay, maybe I like juice. Okay, this is all based on opinion. Okay, just guess only. Okay, but if you're using data driven, okay, so you need to come back to data. Okay, come back to data. So if you are the manager for that particular school canteen, you want to increase your profit. Okay, so how do the school canteen increase the profit? Okay, if it's by guessing, you just ask all students, 哎，你们喜欢吃什么 ？Okay, 你们最喜欢吃什么？什么什么这样子，就这样吃东西。Okay, this is based on guessing. Okay, but if without asking the student, right? Okay, they need to base on sales data. Okay, so and that month need to know that the school manager, the canteen manager will know that, okay, how many sell the most, then he or she to make decision from there. Okay, something like that. Okay, so for this case, like I say, so guessing means that decide based on opinion or feeling. There's no evidence or no data as well. Okay, so for example, okay, if you are the school canteen, okay, I think student like noodles more. I think it's just guess only. Okay, so this one look popular. Okay, I think this food look popular, student like to buy it. Okay, so that is guessing. Okay, so for this case, if for guessing, it may be wrong because there's no data to support you, right? Okay, it may be wrong. Okay, for example, hackathon, you think that this route is the best. Okay, I think this route is the best, something like that. Okay, but the judge sure will ask you what is data. Okay, what is data that support you make this kind of decision? Okay, so yeah, so for guessing, so maybe it's wrong. Okay, so this one always maybe it's based on a personal bias. Okay, because I like noodles, I don't like rice. Okay, so that's why this will be based on personal bias and it's not reliable. Okay, again guessing, if you have a very good, I mean 他们讲就是你很好的第六感 okay, so for this case guessing can work sometime, okay, but it's not consistent. Okay, So next is if it's data-driven decision. Okay, so it does not based on guess. Okay, they just use data. Okay, based on that month data in front of you. Okay, you need to use some methods to actually calculate the profit, calculate the loss, calculate the best selling uh, item. What is the item that make a lot of profit? Okay, all these can use data to calculate. Okay, so this one is use data to support your choice. This is also based on evidence because you have data, there's evidence. Okay, so for this case, like I say, for example, she sold 50 cups. This is highest in the canteen. Okay, this item has the highest profit. Okay, so for this case, okay, if the data is there because it's 50 cups in that month, it's highest in canteen. So maybe the school canteen want to promote this juice more. They want to prepare more in the storage. Okay, so that it won't have like out of stock. Okay, so for this case, the benefit is they are more accurate, more reliable, and easier to justify because you have data to support your decision. Okay, so next is the step in data science. Okay, if you have question, I think you can type in the chat. Okay, I will check from time to time. Okay. Okay, so step in data science. So what is the step? First of all, to do any data analysis, the first thing you must have, okay, you already know is the data. Okay, you must have a data. Okay, sometimes the data, okay, you need to collect the data for first of all. Okay, after you collected the data, sometimes the data is very messy. Okay, this happens a lot. If you're a data scientist, next time you want to be a data scientist, right? You have a data. Sometimes the data is very messy. Okay, sometimes there are some missing value in that particular cell. I mean particular column, particular row. Okay, there's some missing data. It always happen. It always happen. Okay, you must need to always after you collect the data, you need to organize data, clean anything that missing in the particular cell. Okay, you then do analysis and find some insight. Okay, then for example, this is you have a sales data, calculate the totals, then find what is the best selling item, and then understand the trend, something like that. Okay, so I think I looked through the data set from the hackathon. I don't think there's a missing number. Okay, but no harm, you all check it. Okay, take some initiative, use some methods in the Excel form, check whether there's a missing data or not. Okay, so that is the data science what they are doing. Okay, this in brief what they are doing. Okay, so usually data science is about turning raw data into meaningful information. So in data science, there are a lot of analysis tools. Some of them need to pay, some of them they are very basic, easy to understand, they don't need to pay. And it's actually good enough for you to find some meaningful information. Okay, so for example, Excel file. Okay, Excel most, I think, if back to basic, right, in traditional way, most of the data they are stored in Excel. Okay, these are the common tools for you to do some data analysis. Okay, so inside Excel file, if you are just now, I see there are a lot of people know how to use Excel. Okay, so from there you should know how to use some common formula to do some arithmetic, for example, plus minus, divide, multiply. Okay, other than that, you have some special function. It's called sum, average, sort, and filter. Okay, these are very basic Excel file. Okay, so these are the theory. Then let's do some hands-on. Okay, so let me share. Let me share the Excel file. I'll try to share. Let's see. Let me share. I can't drag into the chat.
Oh, you want to let them can download lah?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you send to me, I try to put in the website, then they can download.
Okay, okay.
I,
I
I,
thought I just need to drag into it, but somehow
I
it cannot.
think cannot. I think the Zoom cannot do it like that.
Okay.
Uh,
I put in the Google Drive already.
oh, okay. Oh,
Okay, I will share the Google Drive and
yeah,
see how.
yeah.
Let me
Then,
give me a moment.
so 在我们等Doctor 丢的时候，大家帮忙签到一下。嗯， 你只需要写你的 English name, phone number, which school or organization you come from.
好，我已经
Okay,
share 了，看你
yeah,
们能不能导论啊？OK，
let me see.
它
Okay,
里面有三个
okay,
file，你就三个
uh,
file 导入下来就好了。
okay.
如果真的不行的话，OK，
Can
你也可以自己打开一个 Excel file，把这个打进去也是可以，也是可以了。OK，因为 number 也是它数据也不是很多，OK 还好，所以说你真是导入不到的话，OK，你可以开个 Excel 把这个数据打进去，应该
maybe
是没
some
问题的。
maybe some student using phone or tab to view
啊。
the class,
Okay.
to attend the
Okay. If you
class.
are using phone or maybe later lah,
Uh,
once this is recorded, maybe later you can try it yourself. Ah.
yeah,
Okay. So for those who are using laptop or desktop, okay, you can try to do it. We can do together. So when using phone, if you, unfortunately you cannot do that, it's okay. Later when you watch back the video, you can do it again. Ah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ah. So let me continue. Okay. So this is the first hands-on. Okay. This is the first hands-on, and sorry. I need to screen is okay. So this is first hands-on is about canteen sales. Okay, I use canteen sale because you are students, right? Okay, for sure you go to canteen to buy something to eat, right? Okay, so I'm using this is more relevant to you lah. Okay, so for example, a school want to improve the canteen performance by using data. Okay, for example, these are the data. Okay, just an example lah. It may not be the real one. Okay, just an example. So you have school they may sell all these things sandwich, noodles, juice, rice, so on and so forth until smoothies. Smoothies, I think, is ice, something like that. Okay, and these are the price. Okay, so based on that month, these are the unit sold. How many have sold during that month? And then each of the item, what is the cost? Okay, for sandwich, the price I sell is 5 ringgit, for example, first 5 ringgit, and the cost to make the sandwich is 3 ringgit. Okay, so from there, what is the profit? Okay, so from this data, so what, how do you actually calculate, okay, make some decision from here. Okay, so want to improve the canteen performance. For example, these are the things that sell in the canteen. I want to increase the performance, which means I want to sell more. Okay, I want to sell more and again make profit. Okay, you don't want thing you don't want like you sell more things but you cannot make for profit. So that this means which means that if you sell more things but the profit is not that good, so maybe that decision is not perfect. It's not correct. Okay, so you must from here, which one you need to sell more? Okay, that's the question. Okay, which one you need to sell more? Based on the price, based on how many have sell, so I mean how many have sold, and what's the cost from here. Okay, so how do you know that which one you need to sell more? So first of all, you must calculate the revenue. Okay, calculate the profit also. Then you know that which one I should promote more, which one I should prepare more in the storage so that it won't out of stock. Something like that. Okay, so like I say, which stack should the canteen sell more? Something like that. Okay, so without using data, if you're using guessing approach, right? Okay, these are some sample. Okay, so which one you should sell more? Okay, so student may respond is sell noodles because I like it. Okay, I don't want rice. I don't like rice. I know what I want. I love noodles. You should sell more. Okay, sell sandwich because they look for popular. These are all just guessing only. Okay, so these answer that are based on personal opinion. Okay, different people may give different answer. Just like I mentioned is I like noodle, I don't like rice. But you have another person is I suka rice, I don't like noodle. It may have different people have different opinion. Okay, okay. So just a quick examples. Okay, just a quick examples based on these three items. Okay, just an example. Okay, based on these three items, sandwich unit sold is 40, noodles is 25, juice is 50. So based on only these three data, which snack should be increased? I should prepare more in the storage, just based on these numbers. Okay, what is the answer? Which one I should increase? I mean, I should store more in the storage so that I can sell more. Any answer? Just type. I got answer. Good, good, good. Okay, it's quite in how to say straightforward. Okay, it's very straightforward. Okay, the answer is juice lah. It's a juice because why? Because it sell more. Okay, I should prepare more juice because I sell more. Right. So this data can let you make decision. I should prepare more. My decision as a campaign manager, I should prepare more juice in the storage refrigerator. Okay. So next is this is your task. First of all, okay, if you have Excel file, okay, let me show you the Excel file. Okay, this is Excel file. Okay, just erase this simple data here. Okay, so for this Excel file, you have how many items? You have 15 items. Okay, 15 items. This is a price, this is a unit sold, this is a cost. So one, you want to calculate the revenue. Okay, calculate profit as well. Then from there, okay, identify which one is the most profitable. Okay, this you can see that if you sell more, doesn't mean that you make a lot of profit. Okay, sometimes it's not that case. Okay, and then which one is least profitable and which one is the best selling item. Okay, so this one, without telling you what is the formula, I think maybe you should know, right? Okay, calculates the revenue, calculate the profit. You can add more columns here. Okay, so give you a few minutes, try it. Okay, later we will do it together. Okay. so, so fast. Revenue 2161. That's total revenue. Okay. Profit is 108. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So I can see some response. Okay. Burger, rice, juice. Okay. Let's see the answer later. Juice. Juice is what? Juice is most profitable or best selling. Burger. You want to use Google Sheet also can. Google Sheet, as long as you can put this in the Google Sheet and you can use, I think Google Sheet can type the formula. Okay, Google Sheet also okay.
If you're using the laptop or desktop, you can download, then open the Excel to do it.
Mm. Yeah, so like Mr. Yo say, you can go to my link and download it. Okay, and use your own Excel for the open lah. Yeah, also can. Hmm. B2 minus D2. This is profit, right? Oscar. Okay. Let's verify. Okay. Okay, let's verify. Okay, so the formula for revenue, I think this formula profit somehow you should learn already lah. Maybe in common sense, maybe you already know lah. Okay, the formula for revenue. So it's a price times unit sold. Okay, that's revenue. Okay. So just get the price times how many you have sold. Okay, for profit is you must minus the cost. Okay, then you know what's profit. Okay, so use the price minus the cost, then times how many units have sold, then that's the profit. Okay, so let's try together. So where is it? Here. Okay, so revenue is goes to okay. So just click on this cell, then equal to the price times the units sold, something like that. Okay, that's revenue. Okay, so to fill out all these, you can just drag okay, drag like this, or just double click also can okay, double click there's a dot here, you can double click, you fill out everything. Just some techniques okay, maybe you already know. You can just drag like this, or you just double click, you fill out the rest. Okay, so each of them they use the same formula. Okay, that's the revenue. So from here, which one have the highest revenue? Is a burger and fried rice. Okay, these two have the highest revenue, make more money. Revenue, that's revenue. Okay, how about profit? Okay, so for profit, the sum is the price minus the cost times how many you have sold. Okay, so this should be the okay. Yeah, need to have a bracket lah. Okay, because this is minus this times. Okay, you know if without bracket, it will multiply first. I mean, this is the basic algebra. You should know that. Okay, so you must have a bracket. So this is price minus the cost, then multiply the unit have sold. Okay, so Oscar, you're correct. Okay, so for those can't get the formula for the profit, you can follow Oscar. Oscar Tan. That's how he already put in the chat. Okay, so you just fill out the rest, and this is profit. Okay, so what are the things that you can find here? Okay, so just now, Mr. Yo from the organizer say that the revenue is 2161. Yes, correct. Okay, how do you know the total revenue? There are a lot of ways. You can just highlight everything and look at the right bottom. You can see the sum here, right? That's the total revenue. Okay, that's the total revenue. Or you can put a equal like this and then put a sum. Okay, and then just highlight everything. Okay, and put the bracket again. And that's the sum. There are a lot of ways, okay? So there are somehow ways is your favorite way. Okay, favorite method to find the sum. Okay, then you just use the one that you favor to you. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the revenue, to find the revenue, total revenue, you can just highlight everything and look at the right bottom, you can see this, there's numbers here. Okay, or you can just use a formula equal to sum and highlight everything, and then the bracket, close everything, and this is the total revenue. Okay, again, for profit, you can just highlight it. Profit is 108.1. Yes, it's correct. Okay, Mr. Yo is correct. Okay, so this is the total profit you make. So from here, what is the pattern and what is the insight you can find out? Okay, just now we say that we found that revenue, burger and rice have the highest revenue. You can see they're highest than each other. Okay, does it make a lot of profit? Okay, for burger, yes. Fried rice, maybe no. Okay, but you can see juice have more profit than the fried rice. Okay, this is something that you can find out. Okay, so from here, most profitable item. Okay, first of all, it's most profitable item. Of course, you can just pinpoint and use your eyes to find which one is the highest number lah. Or you can just use filter. Okay, just use filter. To use filter, you can just highlight the first row. Okay, then at the right side, there's a filter. Okay, I'm using this version now. Okay, if you're using the older version or maybe the latest version, the interface may be a little bit different. Okay, so just trying to find where is it. Okay, so this is the version I'm using. If you're using older version, maybe the interface maybe not really the same. Okay, but anyway, to do the filter, you just need to highlight the first row and then click on the filter. Okay, right side there's a sort and filter, right? Click on the filter. Okay, then you will have this square arrow pointing down, something like that. Okay, so from here you can do filter already. So just click on this box filter. I want to see what is the most profitable, right? Just click on this one. Then from highest to smallest. Okay, most profit is burger. Okay, burger is most profit for this case. Okay, you also sort this one for me. Okay, so rice is not that profit, it's 40. Okay, this is least profitable. Okay, so that answer your question. Okay, so units. So next is the best selling. Okay, best selling doesn't look at the revenue and profit, and we just look at how many have what is the highest that sold during that particular month. Okay, so for this case, you just need to have a unit sold here. Click on largest to smallest. Juice is the highest. I mean, best selling. Does it have? Oh, good. So Oscar also have the correct answer. Burger, rice, juice, correct. Burger is the most profitable, and rice is least profitable. Juice is the best selling item. Okay, okay. So give you maybe a few seconds to digest it. Meanwhile, you can help Mr. Yo to sign in. Okay, there's a Google form shared by Mr. Yo. Please sign in. Okay, so that is the first hands-on. Okay, so like I said, best selling doesn't mean it's most profitable. Okay, we know that best selling is juice, but it's not the most profitable. But most profitable is actually burger. Okay, although that it didn't sell as much as many, I mean, as many as juice, but they make a lot of money. Okay, so that's a very quick quick hands-on okay, by using some simple methods to find some trends. Okay, so for data science, it help you to answer this kind of question like what is the most popular, which one is performing well, something like that. Okay, that is data science. Just now what we are doing is somehow part of the data science. Oh, who is drawing? Okay, somehow part of the. Let's see. I can clear the screen or not.
I stopped the drawing. Hmm.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just now we doing is we using sort, okay, we using formula. That's part of the data science, okay, to help to find some trends. Okay. That's about it. Okay. Data show that juice sell the most. Okay. And then what's the next step? Okay, what is the decision? Based on this data, what is the decision? Okay, decision it can be many of them. Okay. For example, just a very simple one, promote more juice. That's the decision. Okay, so what's different between data science and decision making? Data science give you insight, give you something. Okay, but is the one that make decision is us. Okay, is the manager to make a decision. So how do you make decision? Also need to base on a lot of different factors. For example, your past experience. For example, there's some SOP in the company. Okay, make decision is actually another story already. Okay, so decision making is he use this insight to do a decision. Okay, so insight alone they are not enough. Okay, you need to turn this insight into action. So you need to know that how if the company keep on profitable, keep on increase, maybe the CEO inside make a very good decision. Okay, if you see the company didn't do very well, maybe the decision making is not that good. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so that's just this is just a quick if comparison between data science and decision making. First of all, data science is focus on analyze data. Okay, decision making is use this data to make the decision. So what is the tools? Exercise you see Excel file and chart. Of course, there are a lot of data, a lot of different data science tools. Okay, Excel is just most common tools to do this data analysis. So for decision making is use judgment and reasoning to do decision. So data science is find the pattern and insight. Okay, decision making is select the best option. So the data science is what is happening. Okay, so for decision making is what should we do? Do is action. Actions over here. Okay, so you want to do a good decision, you must combine data, okay, with human thinking. Then you can make a decision. Okay, so I will not go very deep about data science because this today topic is about all about data driven decision making. Okay, so let's come to the decision making. So in Chinese called 决策. Okay, so if you are the uh do you do any decision making in your life? Okay, of course, it's yes. Okay. Okay. A very simple decision making you make in your life is okay, later dinner, what I want to eat. Okay, that is a very simple decision making. Okay, so later dinner, supper, what I want to eat. Okay, you must decide you want to eat what you want to eat, right? That's decision making. Okay, it's very simple decision making. Okay, tomorrow is Sunday, family day. Where should I go? Okay, what is the place that I should make a decision, tell my parents to bring me to go there, something like that. Okay, that is decision making. Okay, there are different type of decision making. Okay, but first of all, decision making is the cognitive process of selecting a course of action from multiple alternative. Okay, multiple alternative. For example, later dinner, you have rice, noodle, burger, lemak, something like that. These are multiple alternative. Okay, it may influence your emotion, influenced by belief, emotion and reasoning. Okay, later, maybe, I don't know, maybe later the weather is very hot. I don't want to eat hot pot. I don't want to eat nasi lemak because it's very hot. Okay, I want to eat something else. Okay, that's will influence you. Okay, when you would make decision, it will this kind of factors. Okay, it will affect you. Okay, so this is decision making. Okay, so the key characteristics of decision making is, for example, process oriented. So this is not just a single act. Okay, it's a series of steps that involve analysis and evaluations to make a decision. So second is the evaluation of alternative. So you have many choice, but why this is the best choice? Okay, so this one actually different options are considered and weighted against each other to determine the best choice. That's just how I say that. Okay, you have many food in front of you. Okay, so these are the alternative. So which one you want to take is based on your you somehow you compare the food from each other. Okay, this one smell good, this one look very nice, and then I eat that one. Okay, so from there you make the decision because you compare with other food. Okay, so this is evaluation, something like that. Okay, context dependent. So this one decision making process can vary depending on the situation, complexity, and available information. So let's say if the environment is very hot, maybe you don't want to eat nasi lemak. It may influence you. Okay, so these are the type. There are a lot of them now. Type of decision making. Okay, I just briefly go through them. Okay, first of all is program and non-program decision. Okay, for program decision is repetitive decision based on the established policy. Okay, for example, dealing with late student, if you're a teacher, okay, dealing with late student, what you should do. Okay, this one just require minimal analysis. Late student just minus mark only. Okay, you can make a very quick decision because you already have a policy. Okay, so for routine, second is routine and strategic decision. So for routine decision is the repetitive in nature and have a short-term impact. Okay, mainly concerning day-to-day operation. For example, maybe a supervisor want to make a routine decision about the employee overtime pay, something like that. Okay, for organizational and personal decision. So organizational is based on a group discussion and then make a decision. Okay, that's organizational decision is based on after you have a group discussion. For example, you have an assignment group. You have 5 of you in the group. Okay, there are 5 topics for you to choose to do the assignment. For example, okay, then you all just discuss, and at the end, from the group decision, we choose topic number three to do the assignment, something like that. Okay, so personal decision is based on your personal life. It's called personal. Okay, for example, Okay, your big life decision is decide who you want to marry, something like that. Okay, that's personal decision. Okay, it will affect your personal life. Okay, so next we have the individual and group decision. This one is somehow same with this number three over here. Okay, I will skip to number five. So for tactical decision is mid-level decision. Okay, focusing on implementing something to achieve a goal. This mainly mean on the top management already. For example, a company want to decide a marketing campaign to boost the sale. Okay, that is a tactical operation. So tactical decision. So lastly, major and minor decision. So major decision can be like a significant choice that can have a long-lasting impact on your life. Okay, for example, choosing a career path. It may impact you long, very long. Okay, I choose want to be a teacher. I don't want to be an engineer, something like that. Okay, it can impact you at least 3 to 4 years because it's career. Okay, choose a life partner. Okay, this one can last your whole life. Okay, unless something happen in between. Okay, so they are choosing a life partner or buying a house. These are all major decisions. Okay, so for minor decision, it's just a very smaller choice that it happen very frequent. Like I say, what should you should eat for the dinner? What should I eat for the dinner? What should I eat for the supper? These are just a very minor decision. And what clothes I want to wear later to go for movie and what movie I want to watch. Okay, these are minor decision. So these are the decision making. Okay, just some of them. Okay, type of decision making. And then what is data driven? This one is just a decision making. Then what is a data driven decision making? So in Chinese, it's called 数据驱动决策. Okay, just now it's just called 决策. Okay, but now it's data driven. Okay, 数据驱动 data driven. Okay, 数据驱动决策. So for this case is a short explanation is use data to make decision. That's about it. Okay, use of data, okay, and analysis to guide the decision instead of relying on guessing, intuition, or personal opinions. So for this case, you cannot base on your personal experience, personal opinion already. You must use data to support you before you make any data-driven decision making. Okay, so for this case is what is the key characteristics of DDDM? Okay, just make it short form. It's called DDDM. So first of all, it's evidence-based. Everything is evidence. Decisions are made using real data and facts. So it's not about guessing or opinion anymore. Okay, then we have an analytic process. Data, they are all, before you can do any decision making, you must have data. And all of them must be analyzed and interpreted. Okay, use some calculation. Just now we do some calculation, right? We do some comparison before you make a decision. Okay, so all of the decision making, data-driven decision making, you have a goal. You must have a goal. Just now, the goal, the objective of the school canteen is you want to improve the sales. That's the goal. That's the objective. Okay, so decisions are guided by specific objective or goal to ensure that your action support the outcome. Okay, that's just a very short key characteristics of this DDDM. So where can you find this? This is just some example. Okay, where does it apply? Okay, first of all, for example, business. Okay, so DDDM can help business to grow. Okay, to make informed decision. Just like I mentioned, informed decision is use data to make decision. That's called informed decision. Okay, so for example, business want to use data to decide whether to launch a new product or maybe move to a new bucket or discontinue an old one. Okay, that is the major decision. For this case, use data to make decision. So next is education. So teachers, okay, you can use previous data, okay, to improve student learning outcome. Okay, if the student is not perform very well, so maybe teachers can use the past data. Okay, so maybe which month that student can perform very well, then you make a test in that particular month. Okay, just one example. Okay, so for this case, you can use data to identify which area where the student is struggle, and then implement something your best practice strategy to actually help them to improve their learning outcome. Okay, this is just some of the application of the DDDM. Okay. Okay, so the process, okay, DDDM process for this case is, okay, first of all, okay, you can assume that okay, this process is it can somehow link to the hackathon, okay, hackathon topic. Okay, I just use that. I somehow link into it. So first of all, define the objective. Okay, clearly identify the business goal and key performance KPI that you need to be expressed through the data analysis. So your hackathon, okay, you have a logistic problem, right? What's the objective? Okay, okay. If not mistaken, is to use the least resources to actually achieve to deliver all the goods. If not mistaken, okay, that is one of the objective. Okay, then identify the relevant data source. Okay, you must use data. So this data, okay, if it's not hackathon, okay, this data can be found within organization or external source. Maybe you need to buy the data to do the data analysis. Okay, but for hackathon, this data is already given to you. Okay, so this is the data source. Okay, after you have find the source, let's say it's other data source. So you already have data source, you must know how to collect them. For example, if it's Internet of Things, you have a sensor, you know where's the what find the source. You must find a method to collect this data. Okay, for example, use some sensor to collect data. Okay, if it's not IoT kind of base, you can use survey to collect some data, web analysis, CIM system to collect the data. Okay, so for this case, for hackathon, it's already given to you lah. Okay, the data already given to you. Then the fourth step is data cleaning of organizing. Okay, so the data set given to you for hackathon, do you check whether it's clean or not? Do you check whether they are missing number or not? Okay, so find a method. Okay, fourth way is the data cleaning and organizing. Okay, organize whether it's organized or not. You must check. Okay, then do some data cleaning. If it is the missing numbers, then you must check whether they are missing numbers or not. Okay, I'm not sure whether have or not. Okay, so go and check it. So fourth way is the data cleaning and organizing. Okay, fifth way is find which data analysis you want to use. Okay, there are a lot of ways, a lot of different data analysis method, a lot of different formula, a lot of methods for you to analyze the data. Okay, that's the fifth way. Then, okay, number 6 is statistical analysis. Okay, so if you identify the analysis technique you want to use, then apply it. Okay, apply it and find what is the trend. Okay, and if you have some hypothesis, you can test it as well. For example, I think that this route is best. Okay, based on this data like this. Okay, that's your hypothesis. Okay, that's your hypothesis. I think this route is the best. Okay, so you must test it. Use data, use some formula to test it whether it's the best or not. Okay, that's number 6. Okay, so after that, you can do some insight and generations. So interpret the result. After you test the hypothesis, interpret the result, whether it's actually give you meaningful insight or not, whether it's the best recommendation or not. Okay, that's number 7. Then come to decision making. Okay, your hypothesis is tested, your result is supported by data. This is the best route. Okay, for example. Okay, that's the decision making I want to make. Okay, that's the decision, that's the best route. So the lorry or any deliver guy must take this route because it use the least, because it's efficient, use the least petrol, and it can deliver as many as good as possible. That's the decision making. Okay, that's number 8. Okay, so number 9 is to close the loop. Okay, to close the loop. Okay, you make a decision, but you need to really run it, right? So you must implement and monitor. So put this decision into action and monitor whether the decision making you make is best, is actually can measure or not. Okay, whether it's really use that amount of amount of petrol. Okay, whether it's the best, it's the efficient route or not. Okay, that's number 9. Okay, so somehow give you some hints already. Okay, so for more information, when you go to mentoring, again, you can ask more about this for your mentor lah. Okay. Okay, so what's benefit of DDDM? So first of all, of course, is to improve efficiency. You can optimize operations, resource allocations, okay, by identify some areas for improvement. So second is enhance customer satisfaction. Okay, this is good because if you can deliver, let's say I link to the hackathon question again. If you can deliver the goods on time, okay, the customer satisfaction is increased. Okay, because I have this kind of experience now. Go to some convenience shop, which is a convenience shop. Okay, the one I want to eat always not there. Okay, the food I want to eat is nowhere, always not there. So maybe the delivery guy always did not meet the expectation. So my satisfaction about that convenience shop is it will decrease already. Okay, so if you can, like I say, if that delivery guy can deliver it on time, it can enhance the customer satisfaction. Okay, so then you can reduce this risk as well. Okay, so this to minimize uncertainty lah. If the thing is not there, you have a lot of different kind of things will happen lah. Okay, if the good is not delivered on time, it will affect the whole production line. Okay, it may affect the company reputation as well. There are a lot of things that may happen if this not meet the time. Okay, so pitfall of DDDM. Okay, what is the pitfall? Okay, first of all, not using relevant data. Okay, so if you are doing logistic kind of challenge, right, and you're using canteen sales data, for example, okay, that's not relevant, right? That's not relevant. Okay, so second, you may assume more is better. So hackathon, you may think, hey, why they give us this data set on it? I feel it's not enough. Why did they give more? Okay, again, more is doesn't mean it's better. Okay, if you have more, okay, doesn't mean it's better lah. Okay, so not making the right questions. Oh, sorry, not asking the right question. Okay, failing to connect the dots and focusing on the wrong metrics. Okay, wrong metrics. So for hackathon, you know which one is the important metrics. So you must take note of which one is the important metrics. So don't focus on the wrong metrics. Okay. So the challenge of the DDM, okay, first of all, they're always relevant to data. First of all, data quality issue. Okay. Data is there, but sometimes, like I say, if you deal with real data, I deal with before, sometimes it's inaccurate. Okay, sometimes it's incomplete. There are a lot of missing numbers. Okay, inside the data set. Okay, it may lead to some misleading insight. They are not relevant. Okay, second is data privacy. Okay, you may need in the company next time. Okay, even in the company you're doing data scientist work, this data privacy concern is very sensitive. When you deal with customer data, when you want to analyze it, make sure that it's secure. Okay, make sure it's secure somewhere. No one to leak it to someone. Okay, that's the challenge of the DDM. Then the literacy gap, which means that you doesn't know a lot of techniques. You lack of understanding of those best practice technique or best use or best I mean not best maybe those useful analysis technique you doesn't know. Okay, that is the gap. Okay, that's the challenge of the DDM. So then is the technical expertise. You know the formula. Yes, I know the formula. This formula is the best. But how do I apply? You must have some technical skill. Use it, apply it at the tools. You must know how to use some tools. Okay, these tools, sometimes you require skilled personnel. Okay, you must know how to use it. Okay, so that's a challenge of the DDM. Okay, so I think, okay, next is the hands-on do. Okay, so I will talk for 1 hour. Okay, so maybe we can break for 5 minutes. Okay, in these 5 minutes, can you uh attend to the organizer Google form if you haven't write? Okay, please attend to the Google form that's sent by the organizer. Okay, so we break for 5 minutes. So come back at 3:43. Yeah. Okay, you want to go to the toilet? Also can, or you just help organizer to fill out the form. Okay, break for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, very fast. Okay, let's continue. Any questions so far? Think it's quite straightforward, right? The content today. Okay, it didn't actually touch a lot of very deep one. Okay, for those who are first happen to explore this data driven decision making. Okay, I think you should not be the you should not like didn't use Excel before lah. Okay, so that I think this content is quite relaxed because you somehow use Excel before. Okay, I didn't introduce that use a very complex tools. Okay, so yeah, so it should be fine. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, we have two hands-on. So this is second hands-on is a case study. Okay, so again, it still improve school canteen performance. Okay, by using data, but there will be more different scenario. Okay, so for this case is again a school canteen has been collecting sales data for different food and drinks, and the canteen manager want to improve profit. Okay, improve profit, reduce low performing item, which one is not selling well. So this is the second objective. Third is to improve the overall sales. Okay, so if you look at the hands-on tool, okay, this is more data. Okay, just now we have price, we have items, price, cost, and also the unit. Sorry, item, price. Just now we have a unit sold and cost. Okay, but here we have more data. Okay, so you have items and price, cost, daily sale, weekly sale, and monthly sale. Okay, so based on this, okay, just look at this. Okay, what are the insight? What are the things that what are the trend? What is the pattern that you can actually find out? Okay, by not doing anything yet. Okay, just look at this one. Okay, so what are the pattern you can find? Okay, so a very simple one is so which item have the highest daily sale? Which item perform best monthly? Okay, I mean which one have sold a lot best selling in the every month? Okay, so for this case is other than just look at the pattern, okay, of course you need to calculate the profit per unit, what is the total profit, and identify which one is the most and least profitable item. Okay, so look, this one look like the same in hands-on one, but this one you already have a few different things: daily sale, weekly sale, and monthly sale. So from here just now, before you calculate anything, what are the things that you can see from here? Give you a few minutes to think about it. What are things that you can identify just by looking at this? Okay, maybe you can just focus at this side. Daily sale, weekly sale, and monthly sale. Okay, we have some response. Juice has a higher sale. Okay, yeah, by first intuition, yes. First operation, you look at monthly sale, then you know that juice has a higher sale. And then the difference of sales in daily. Yes, this one also will let you look at something. Okay, daily sale, weekly sale, and monthly sale. Burger has a highest profit. Wow, so fast, you know, it's the highest profit already. Okay, we haven't calculated. Okay, so yeah, that's the base, just based on the some first sight observations. Okay, let's try to do something. Okay, so the sample observation. Okay, just now the first sight the operation observation. So it may be like juice and tea have a high sale volume. Okay, some sample observation. Okay, some item have high price but low demand. Okay, and then some item have a good profit but moderate sell. Okay, so this is just a sample of observation. Okay, so this is the first time we just look at the data. This what maybe this is the observation we got it, and then in the real world, you have this kind of business problem. Okay, if the canteen you have limited storage, canteen is just that big only. Okay, you cannot store a lot of things. Okay, you have a limited cooking capacity as well. Okay, that's the can. I mean, the kitchen is that big only. You can not prepare a lot of things. Okay, so you can only promote 3 items next month. Promote 3 items. We have just now how many items? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 items. Okay, so for this case, we want to promote 3 items next month. Okay, promote item is cost. It have some cost as well. Okay, why? Because you need to uh there are a lot of way of advertising now. Okay, so use some paper, write something. This is to promote something. Okay, you need to apply some cost as well. Okay, you cannot just promote 10 items. Okay, so there are some contradictions. Okay, you need to use some budget to do promotion. Okay, and then without actually affect the profit of particular month. Okay, there are a lot of things happening behind. Okay, so anyway, use the dataset, decide which 3 items should be the canteen, promote, and prioritize the production. Okay, which three items the canteen should promote and prioritize the production, which means that give the priority to produce this food. Okay, decide which item. Okay, for this case, there's no right and wrong. Okay, you can try it. Okay, we can try it. So first of all, you must consider the sell. Okay, consider what's the profit they are making, and then whether they are what is the consistency, daily, weekly, and monthly, whether they are all very high, or maybe daily is very high, weekly is low, okay, monthly is moderate, something like that. Okay, so for this case is let's look at the hands-on tool. Okay, so this is hands-on tool data. Okay, so for this case, I want you to calculate the profit per item and the total profit. Okay, there are 2 columns here. Okay, just now is the calculate these two. Okay, profit per unit. Okay, and the total profit. And then identify which one is most and least profit item based on this data set. So we have this profit per unit. Okay, profit. Okay, total profit. Okay, profit per unit. Okay, basically just take the price minus the cost. Okay, so total profit is take this multiply the whole sale. Okay, then you know the profit. Okay, try to figure out the rest. Try to figure out first, and then we will go through. Total profit is according to monthly sale. Yes, it's total, right? So it's monthly sale. Yes, correct. Total profit is monthly sale. Yes. Okay, before we fill out this, okay, you can see that monthly sale is 1120, for example. Okay. So this, where does it get this 1120? Anyone know? Okay, how does it get this number? This is 40 times 7 times 4. Correct also. Yeah, 40 times 7 times 4. Okay. How about others? Okay, something that sometimes you need to somehow if need to increase your curiosity lah. Okay, so how do you get this money sale and how do you get this something like that? Okay, so well, how do you get this and how do you get this weekly sale? Okay, whether this number makes sense or not, that's a curiosity. Hmm. All right. So if we talk about weekly sale, how do you get weekly sale? Just take the daily sale times 8. No, times 7. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So 50 times 7, you get this one. Okay. 1 week have 7 days, right? Okay. Monthly sale is 1 month have 4 weeks. Okay. So this 280 times 4, you get this one. Okay. So that is okay. How do you get this? Okay. So now the profit per unit is very simple. Profit, right? Per unit. Okay. If you sell one sandwich, the price is 5 and the cost to make it is 3. So what's profit from here? Okay. So you just simply just take the price minus the cost. So it's 2. Okay. So here rest. Okay. So total profit, you just take the profit times the monthly sale. Okay. So equal to profit times the monthly sale. Here the rest. Okay. So all this is sound very simple to you all. Okay. So can my close on Saturday and Sunday. Yes. Depends on which school. Okay. Some school is still open on Saturday and Sunday for, like, for example, activities. Okay. Activities. Later we will see it. Okay. Later we have a hands-on tree, then you will see it. Okay. Okay. So this is the total profit. Okay. So based on this daily, weekly, and monthly sales, these are total profit. Okay. Give you maybe 1 or 2 minutes for those who haven't catch up. Okay. Yeah, like so you say it's a 7-Eleven. Okay, 7-Eleven canteen. Okay, anyway, so from this case, okay, so what observation you have? Okay, not no observation, is a let's go to next slide. Okay, so possible decision. Okay, possible selection. Which one you want to promote? Three items only, right? Which one you promote based on the data over here. Okay, so let me have your answer. Which three? Let's start with the chart. Which three you should think that the canteen should promote based on this data? Okay, this is just a possible selection. It's not right and wrong. Okay, it's not it's just not like zero and one, yes or no. Okay, it's a possible selection. The highest three profit can also highest three profit. Okay, so how do you find the highest three profit again? So you can just highlight it and then filter it. Okay, and then just choose largest to smallest. So just now say highest three profit. So Oscar chose burger, juice, and fried rice. Okay, highest profit. Where got Ramly burger? This burger. Okay, Uncle Roger. Huh. I don't think it's this price. Okay, if it's Uncle Roger. Fried rice is don't think it's this price. Okay, anyway, yeah, this is yeah one of your decision. Okay, based on your decision, you think that burger, juice, and fried rice. Okay, so it's nothing wrong. Okay, it's nothing wrong, provided that the storage is enough. Okay, you have enough cooking capacity to prepare this. Okay, if that condition is met, yes, these three are the you should promote these three because they are the highest profit. Okay. Again, so it may come to have a limited storage. Okay, you have a limited cooking capacity. If this is taken into account, different candy have different size, right? Okay, so it may have other selection as well. Okay, so this is just a sample of my example decision. Okay, so maybe juice is the highest demand. Okay, should promote juice. Juice is highest demand. Where is it? Juice is the highest demand because really money sale is highest. Okay, so I pick juice because it's highest demand. Although it didn't make a lot of profit, but it's not the highest, but it's highest demand. Okay, burger balanced profit and also the demand also good. Okay, so this one it may not be the highest sell, but the profit is good. Okay, so for this case, my decision maybe I choose T because it's consistent. Okay, it may be consistent highest. Consistent. Oh, sorry. Where's my okay? So T. Okay. So I think that is consistent high sales. Okay. For daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay. Fried rice, salad, pasta. Can. Have a highest profit per unit. Okay, let's choose this one. This one. Right. Rice, salad. Yeah. Okay. So this is just a possible selection. Okay. So like I say, you can see now we have a different decision. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong. Okay. So again, when you will come to the real scenario, the canteen size, cooking capacity, limited storage. Okay. So from here, yes, we know that just now we have three solution already, three decision already. Okay, three set of decision, right? So whether which one is best, it still come back to the canteen. Okay, whether they have enough cooking stuff, storage is enough, not okay, because I don't know which one need a bigger size, need it will consume a lot of storage. Okay, it still come back to that question. Then only choose the best one. Okay, thanks for your answer. Okay, nothing wrong. Okay, nothing wrong for this case. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, that's a hands-on too. Any questions? Hands-on too. Okay, so maybe the another question is, let's say you prepare for your exam, right? Is it UEC exam? Okay, so which subject you want to score A, something like that. Okay, which subject you want to spend more time to study it? Okay, that's your decision. Okay, whether you want to store 5 A's, 6 A, I mean, yeah, back to your decision. Okay, just have some examples. Okay, so like I said, like which one you want to prioritize your time to study, which topic, which subject you want to study, lah, something like that. That's your decision. That's personal decision. Okay, so let's go to the hands-on tree. Okay, hands-on tree. Okay, so this hands-on tree is a multi-branch. Okay, so let's say that your school is very big. You have three canteens. I'm not sure your school has three canteens, but I assume, okay, assume a school is very big. You have three canteens. Okay, so one is main hall, so it's just calling branch A. Okay, so this one have a higher student traffic, a lot of students over there. Then we have a science block, which is branch B. You have moderate, just okay traffic. Okay, student traffic. Then sport complex with branch C is actually peak during afternoon and weekend. I think makes sense, right? Sport complex after you have studied, you want to go have some exercise. You all go or not? Okay, have some exercise at the sport complex. So usually is afternoon and weekend. Okay, so weekends you are not in the class, so maybe you want to go for exercise or some sport activities. So this one have more traffic during afternoons and weekends. For example, like this. So you have three branches. The school is very big. You have three canteen, three branches over here. So objective is this one will make a little bit complex already because you have different branches. Okay, so the objective is again maximize the profit, reduce risk, and improve popular items availability. Okay, so these are the objectives based on these three branches. Okay, so this is a data set. I give it to you. This data set, hands-on tree. Okay, hands-on tree. So you have more things. So we have three branches, A, B, and C. Branch A sell three items only. Branch B, these three items assume now. Okay. Branch C, you have these three items. So the cost, the price cost, weekday, weekend. Okay. I want to fill in the blanks. Okay. So this one I will go through. Okay. Fill in the blanks. Weekly sell, monthly sales. Okay. Profit unit, and also the total profit. Okay. Later you do it. Okay. So this is I want you to fill in the blanks. Okay. So first of all, based on that, okay, so identify the patterns. Like first you look at this data, okay, so which location, I mean location-based train, okay, so from that, so maybe you can think about it, branch A have a strong weekday demand, okay, so weekday have a lot of sale, branch C, which is sport compress, have weekend demand is more than the rest, okay, so based on that numbers over there, maybe drink sell consistently. A lot of people like to drink by drink over food, something like that. Okay, some item may spike only at weekend, which means that students only like that items during weekend. Okay, I don't know you all are the same or not. Okay, you will buy the item during weekend only. Okay, just examples only lah. Okay, so for this case, the weekly and monthly aggregations, okay, it may help you to identify the long-term performance. Okay, some maybe consistent and seasonal items. Okay, so from here, the weekly sales formula and the monthly sales formula. Okay, so now I want you to fill in the blank. Okay, based on the knowledge you have, fill in the weekly sale, monthly sale. This one you should know already. Just now already, I hint you something already. And what's profit unit and what's the total profit. Okay, give you a few minutes to do this one. Weekday, just assume is one 7 days 7 days, include Sunday. Can consumer psychology be? Okay. Lam, you give this kind of question, right? Is it will actually touch. Who is drawing? Okay. Okay. For Lam, you hint, right? Okay. You, for example, you say consumer psychology. I mean, this is more on like buying behavior. Buying behavior. For example, you say that customer often tend to purchase milk, drink, and dessert. Okay, this is you are touching AI. This is what you call unsupervised learning lah. Okay, I just give you some insight lah. Okay, give you some information. This is called unsupervised learning. Okay, there's an algorithm for this. It's called a priori algorithm. Okay, for this case, okay, the retail shop have a lot of data. Okay, they have a lot of data. Okay, they will actually found that the customer behavior, buying behavior. Okay, they will from there they will actually found that a customer when they buy, for example, when they buy a roti, they will buy jam. Okay, they also will buy egg together. They found this buying behavior always happen in the receipt, always happen in the data. Okay, so for this case, how the retail shop improve the sale? Okay, what it will do, they will place roti, I mean bread lah, bread, jam, and egg close together. The store, I mean the shell that sell bread, jam, and egg, they put it close together. Okay, because when the customer buy a bread, they will buy jam, they will buy egg. So this one will improve the sale. Okay, that is unsupervised learning. Yes, it will. This is form of data. You are right. Customer buying behavior is one of the data as well. Okay. Hey, please write your at your Excel file. Don't write at my screen. Okay, because there are a lot. Okay, write at your Excel file. Let me just erase it. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Okay, give few minutes. This is Excel 3, hands-on 3. This one. Okay, so for weekly sale is 7 days. Okay, assume 7 days. Monthly sale is 4 weeks. Okay, and profit by them and also the total profit. Okay, this one can be very fast. Okay, so after you have figured out all this, right? Okay, you are welcome to think about it. Okay, the later you can see the examples for me lah. Okay, example decision for me. Okay, you just think about it. That's why I say that you will always have, there's no right and wrong. I mean, how to say, it's not like you only have one decision. Okay, you can have many of them. Different, maybe at the end you found that that's why I mentioned you will have three set of decision. But which one is the best? You still need to narrow down, like the hackathon question as well. Okay, you may find out that at the end, I think that there are five paths. Actually, it's good. Okay, but how do you narrow down? Okay, how do you narrow down? Okay, of course, I mean, in your hackathon, you are using prompt to help you to do it, but try to think about it. Okay, the prompt they give you, okay, and then think about it yourself. okay, whether the prompt from the AI, okay, actually makes sense or not. Okay, so a very simple one. The weekly sales is times 5 times 2. Okay, weekday and weekend, okay, which is weekly. Okay, because for this weekday have different value. Weekend also different value. You can you I have a question. Can you take weekday sale plus weekend sale times 7? You try it, whether if they're the same numbers or not. Okay, this is a mathematical problem. Okay. So yeah, monthly sale is weekly times 4. Okay. So of that, calculate the sale value and the total profit. Okay, let's do it together. Where is it? Okay. Because this one have weekday sales and weekend sales. Okay. Can you just plus together times 7? Okay. I tried before lah. They are not the same. Okay. They're not the same. Okay. So anyway, so this one is equal to weekday times 5 plus weekend is times 2. Okay. So this is weekly sale. Here are the rest. So for monthly sales, goes to the weekly sales times 4. Okay. Profit per unit is very straightforward. It's use the price minus the cost. Okay. Total profit. Okay. Total profit. Just take the profit times the monthly sales. Okay. So based on this, what do you think? Okay. What is the insight? I mean, what is the things that you can find from here? Okay, we already calculated the sales volume. Okay, we already calculated the total profits here. Okay, there are different branches here. Okay, so maybe from here, okay, the analysis, okay, maybe you get is juice has, yeah, total profit is 19420. Yes, you're correct. So from here, my possible decision is, I mean, possible information I found is juice has highest volume and stable sales juice. Okay, juice is correct because they are the highest, not the highest. Okay, but they are the not. I mean, not the highest profit. Okay, but the monthly sale is the highest. Okay, monthly sale is the highest, not the highest profit, but monthly sale is the highest. Okay, so next is smoothie have high weekend spike. Okay, this is just my observation. Okay, maybe I think maybe it's not correct as well. Okay, this is just my analysis. I may not be correct. Okay, so what you all think? Branch A, branch B, branch C. Okay, so it's okay. Let's move on. So, uh, okay, think of it. Okay, but it's okay. Let's move on first. So, you know, can not about canteen now. Okay, you always has some expected event. Okay, for example, now is always. I mean, always have they are not always the ideal case. Okay, every day just moves go smooth like that. Okay, so you always have hiccups. Always have some expected event. For example, the milk cost increase. Okay, smoothie cost increase as well. Okay, maybe you have a limited storage capacity. Okay, so this month this food is not doing well. Okay, I next month when I stock it, I have limited storage already. Okay, we purchase. How much I put focus put stock? Uh can also lah. I mean, can also purchase mixture. We can maybe you can propose to your school to have a mixture. I think you can make a lot of money. Okay, anyway, come back to this. Okay, so each branch can only focus on one, two, or three items. Okay, you may need to calculate the profit and evaluate the decision. So for this case, only two cost is increased. Milk is 2 to 3, smoothie is 3 to 4. Okay, so for this case, you just need to change from here lah. Milk, the cost, the price is still the same. Okay, but the milk is 2, this one become 3. Okay, suddenly the profit decrease, right? Because before that, you can see, this is 660. Okay, it become the previous is 2, it's like this. Okay, so if you increase the cost, okay, but the price still stay the same, oh, this is common sense, your profit will decrease. Okay, so smoothie from 3 to 4, this is 3. Okay, this is the profit you make, become 4. Okay, of course, the profit you will decrease. Okay, there are a lot of unexpected events. Okay, based on the serious scenario, you may want to make a decision. How do you promote it? How do you maximize the profit? Okay, so this is just a warm up. Okay, introduce to you all this data you have, what you can do with Excel file. Okay, of course, I believe the hackathon question will be much more tougher from this lah. Okay, so it's a good start. Okay, for you to kickstart a little bit. Okay, look at this data. How do you do some analysis and so on and so forth? Just a kickstart. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, this is just an example of data-driven strategy. Okay, so branch A may prioritize juice and tea. Branch B may prioritize juice and milk. Then branch C may prioritize smoothie and burger. Okay, if there's some limited storage. Okay, I don't have storage already. I should kick out one. Okay, so maybe I should remain these two. This is just an example of data-driven strategy. Okay, that's all about this hands-on. We have 3 hands-on, that's all about it. Okay, so hope you get although it's very simple, but hope you all can somehow link it to the hackathon question. Okay, so what do you learn from this scenario? Okay, so the learning outcome from this scenario, first of all, multi-variable analysis skill. Okay, multi-variable. So there are a lot of different variable. Okay, variable means that the number can be changed, right? The number can be changed, then it will affect another numbers. Okay, so thanks is ability to handle dynamic scenario. Okay, so real world decision making thinking and understand the trade-off and constraint. Okay, trade-off is a lot. There are a lot of techniques. Okay, trade-off which means that you increase something, something will decrease. Okay, something like that. It's called contradiction. Okay, so this is called trade-off, and also the constraint, which is the limited storage and limited cooking capacity. Okay, so for hackathon, the trade-off maybe you can run a lot of different places to pick up the goods. Okay, but it's best that pick up a lot of goods and deliver to all of them. The trade-off may be you use a lot of petrol, okay, and then you actually don't have the on-time deliver. Maybe something like that. There's always plus and minus. Okay, so we have 1 hour. Good. Okay, so that's all about data-driven decision making. Okay, so the rest of them is all about data visualization. Okay, data visualization. So in Chinese, 华语叫做数据可视化，就是 called data visualization. Okay, so you may think of data visualization. I just want to present data in this form, right? Okay, is it very hard why I want to have this topic. Okay, so again, when you do the presentation, whether in your report, okay, present your data, and you have a lot of data, you already find the answer. But when you want to write a report, okay, which kind of visualization you want to use? Okay, when you present in the stage, when you do the slide and present in the stage, what kind of visualization you want to use? What kind of chart you want to use? Okay, you use the wrong one, it will impact your presentation. Why? Because when as a judge or audience, when you look at your, let's say for example, this calendar, without you talking too much, I already know that this is important. This line have event. Okay, that is the good things. Okay, so for there are others also. Later I will show you. So which means that with minimum you actually explain what is this about. Okay, we can somehow link already. We can somehow know that what you want to present. It's good that it's good like this because you actually help people, okay, help people to process large amount of data by displaying it in the visual format that human brain can quickly understand. Okay, this which chart you want to use, it need experience. Okay, you can ask help from your senior also, maybe someone else to help you to actually visualize the data. Okay, and yes, your report, your presentation, you must visualize the data. Okay, which chart is the best to visualize the data? Okay, you have a lot of data, right? In your data set, you have a lot of data, right? You must know how to visualize it. If you know how to visualize it and use the correct chart, we can understand quickly. Okay, maybe you have more marks also. Okay, so I have a few slides, I believe. Let's go into it. Okay, so before that, okay, you have data story and data storytelling. What is different between that? Okay, a data story, you can just treat it as a like a point form, something like a point form. It's a data story, okay, or what you call a blueprint. Okay, 可能叫做脚本. Okay, a data story. Okay, it's a narrative that constructed around a set of data that put into a context. So for unlike data science use technical tasks that turn the data into insight. Data story actually bring this insight into better understanding a business goal. Okay, so for example, you already finished the hackathon question. You have all the result already. Okay, that is your data story. But how do you present it? Okay, how do you present it? How do you visualize them? That's what I call data storytelling. Data storytelling. You have data story. Yes, I know you have a story. Okay, but how do you present to us? How to present the audience? How do you present to the judge? This is called data storytelling. Okay, you must have the ability to effectively use your data, change it, change your data into visualization, and then present it. Okay, this is called data storytelling. Okay, so how do you tell a data? How do you tell a story with data? Okay, I have a few steps, okay, just to guide you. Okay, so first of all, define a purpose. Okay, define a purpose. So have a clear purpose, objective, and prioritize of the report to actually achieve a more useful result and without wasting time of a visual, they are insignificant. Okay, I think this one you may see before. Okay, you can see someone present and then they use the pictures. It's not really relevant and there are a lot of not relevant visual kind of widgets. Okay, so you must define a purpose. Okay, what is the purpose in a hackathon presentation? What is the purpose? Okay, of course, the purpose you want to win. Okay, but the real purpose, it may be you want to convey convey the message to the audience, to the judge better. That's the purpose. Okay, so find a story within data. Okay, this one, if you can find a story within the data, that is best. Okay, before constructing a data story, you must first determine what data actually is telling you. Okay, then from there, there's a starting point for you to build a data story. Okay, then third is consider your audience. Okay, determine who is the story will be conveyed to. Okay, and what their background are. Sometimes, okay, sometimes I don't know you all will go until that stage or not, but for me, when I go and present something, right? Okay, I somehow if I know who is my audience, okay, who is the panel or who is the judge over there, okay, I will somehow go and study their background and then try to link their background to my presentation. Okay, so that will make a very good impression, something like that. Okay. Fourth is to determine what data matters. There are a lot of data. Of course, you know that you have a lot of things you want to present. But again, the presentation time is that much only. Okay. So you cannot present. Sometimes you cannot present everything. Okay, which determine what data matter. Okay. So number five is identify the most effective data visualization. Okay, yeah, this one I will come to this. I will have more slide about this. Okay, which chart, which data visualization can help you. Okay, choose the best one. Okay, so data visualization are the powerful way to help the audience understand data concept. Okay, so it's best that you can actually visualize data without putting any words. I mean, you have, which means that let's say this is a slide, you have an image, you have a chart like this, without putting any side note like the sentences over here, right? By looking at the image, I already know what you want to tell. Okay, that's the most effective data visualization. That's very good. Okay, so number six is structure your story. Okay, so traditional story often include instructions, rising action, which is climax, falling action, and final resolution. Okay, that's always true. When you tell a story, you cannot like straight away say that I go to my resolution without give the audience or the judge your instruction. Okay, after instructions, just tell a story. Okay, just tell a story. What is the action? What is the background? What is the problem statement? Go up. Then after that, what is the crime? When you go to climax, the story go down, and what is your resolution? Okay, this is how you structure your data. Sorry, structure your story. Okay, so I focus more on the effective data visualization. I have a few more slides about this. Okay, so first of all, I'll ask you questions. Okay, so which one is the best do you all think? Left, this is all about sales by region and category. Okay, left side, do you think it's good? If it's effective or not? Right side, which one? Or you think the right side is effective? This is using, I think it's a bullet chart. This is the bar chart, horizontal bar chart. This is to show the sales by region and category. Okay, which one, left, right, do you think is effective? You can type in the chat. Good. You all have a very good. Oh, very good. Yes, correct. Correct. The answer is right side. Okay. Why? Okay. At left side, you can see it's sales by region and category, right? And you can see this is the bullet chart. Okay. And what is the sales over here? Okay. I need to, where can I find the sales of this one? I need to come here and check it. I need to focus here. I cannot find it. I need to come here. I need to search the information over here. Then I know that this is the sales. Okay, for this one as well, I need to search here, look here, and look here, look here, look here, something like that. I need to somehow go through all the spaces inside this chart, okay, to find the cells. But compared to this, okay, I know that furniture, what is the sales is just right side only. I need my eyes don't need to go somewhere and search about it. And this is the horizontal. And they actually group it in center, east, south, and west, just for example. Then from here, I can quickly know that which one have the highest sales? West. Because you can see this is even without looking at the number, I know that this may be the highest sales already. Because this is the longest bar. Right? This is a very effective way of you visualize data. Okay, good. This is the good example. Okay, so let's go into the chart. Okay, there are a lot of different charts. You can see we have pie, bar, column. Okay, scatter, a lot of them now. Okay, so how to say? It does not means that pie is the best chart, bar is the best chart. It doesn't have that kind of impression. I mean, and that kind of interpretation is always linked to what is the data you want to present. Okay, so what kind of data you want to present? And you may want to be careful when you present data. You don't want to make bad impression. Later I will show you some examples. Okay, so the type of chart you use, you will either contribute to your data story or you may distract your audience from your data story. Just now I mentioned this one, you will distract. Okay, you may distract. Okay, I need to find what is the sales. Okay, you are presenting. Let's say you are presenting now. Okay, I want to find where is the sales, and then I miss your presentation. I didn't listen to your presentation because I'm busy finding what is the numbers, right? Yeah, it may happen. Yes, it may happen. Okay, so you must match your data literacy level with your audience. So the best strategy is to choose the cut that you know that everyone will understand. Okay, how do you do this? I mean, just a tips for your presentation. Once you have visualized your data, okay, ask your friend who is not in hackathon and look at your chart. Okay, if he can understand like in a few seconds, then it's best chart. You know what is your what story you want to tell. Okay, I always yeah, you can try that. Okay, I don't know it's work. It always work, but you can try that. Okay, let's look at the first one is bar chart. Okay, bar chart are effective at comparing category within a single measure. Okay, and one of the most common data visualization is called bar chart. Just now we have the horizontal bar chart. This is the horizontal bar chart. Okay, horizontal. Then we have the vertical bar chart. Okay, so they are specialized effective, especially effective when you have data that can be categorized. Okay, categorized. So this year categorized by year. Okay, so again, the questions for you, which one is effective? Profit by year. Okay, which year? And this two chart is profit by year. Which chart is effective? That's all right. This one. Okay, okay. Most of you should left. How about the rest? Oh, or the rest already tired. Okay, so for this case, okay, it really depends on who is your audience. Okay, who is your audience? So your audience is just is maybe it's an audience that is a general audience. Okay, that actually want to hear your what's profit that made by that particular year. Okay, if it's a general audience, okay, left side is best because you have colorful if the audience is general. Okay, but if you present to your manager, okay, present to the CEO, CTO, higher management, okay, right side is effective because you want to show the profit is made is is higher than the previous year, right? Okay, if you present to your manager, so your KPI is good because they're actually increasing, and you actually highlight to your manager, yes, this year we make a lot of money. Okay, depends on who is your audience. Okay, so you don't want to present this to your manager, and the manager time is limited. Okay, you want just maybe just have 5 minutes for you to present only. Okay, then for this case, manager is searching now. It does not highlight. Okay, but the right side is highlight. This year is have larger, highest profit than previous year. So it depends on what you want to present, who is your audience, and pick the correct one. Okay, so some of you choose left, nothing wrong. Okay, again, it's still based on your audience. Okay, your manager always want to see something high lah. Okay, I mean manager, maybe your boss, you want to see improvement. Okay, I mean most of them lah. Okay, most of them. Okay, profit on loss. Yeah, yeah. So depends on your audience lah. Okay, so some of them boss care about profit or loss. Yes. Okay, so pick the I mean there are a lot of different chart. Okay, some of them these are bar chart, some of them they are highlighted, some of them they are not highlighted. Okay, so yeah, that's the bar chart. So next is the bullet chart. Bullet chart we have the vertical, we also have horizontal. Okay, so for this case this is to show the progress against a goal by comparing measure. This is the comparing measure. Okay, so for this case, this is a vertical bullet. This actually highlight the lowest. They actually highlight like this. And other than that, they actually highlight like this. Okay, so depends on which one you want to compare. Okay, then the right side is a survey result. From here, this is a very good bullet chart with horizontal bullet chart. From here, from first glance, I know that this usually when you do a survey, you know there's disagree, agree, neutral, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. Usually it's from left to right. Okay, the highest mark is always at the right side. Commonly, it's like that. Okay, so from here, this they have all the colors and these are bullets. From here, I know that so for survey item A, most of them they are agree and strongly agree because it is a color like this. Okay, from this horizontal bullet chart, it's actually structure same as this strongly this arrangement, this order, and the color they are matched. This is I think is very good when you want to present a survey result. Okay, so from here, survey D, okay, I mean survey I have that survey either E, most of them they are either disagree or strongly disagree. Okay, so this is the bullet chart. Not sure in the hackathon you will use it or not, but I just show you some of them. Okay, so let's move on. Some memes here. Okay, line chart. Okay, line chart is best to connect several distinct data point. Okay, which means that it's the progressive continuous evolution. Okay, this is a straightforward way to visualize the change of one value relative to another value. They are the present value and the next value and the future value, they are linked to each other. Okay, they are linked to each other. Okay, so at the right side, you can see that why this is not good. I mean, this means you should see before as a student. Okay, so why this is not good? Why this is good? Okay, this is about average days to ship. Okay, so this is the years, they are comparing between years. Okay, so this is also above top one and bottom one, they also compare between years. Okay, but why this is not good? But this is better. Okay, again, depends on the audience as well. If this is present to your boss, why this is good? Why this is not good? This is not better. Anyone know? More stable, they are more than that. Okay, stable is one of them, but they are more than that. Try to think about it. It's going down to data. Okay, so from here you can actually see that steepness of the show. Uh, okay, so you can see that this is 4.0, this is 4.01. Okay, I think it's 1. No, it's 4.01. This is 3.95. Okay, then this 3.91. Okay, actually it's just 0.0 something different only. You can see 0.0 something different only. But if you show this to your boss, the boss will get shocked why it's decreased. Okay, why this year is decreased. But actually they are just different by 0.0 something only. So they're actually stable. It is actually the things that you ship out is actually stable. Okay, if you show this, it may make bad impression because it's decreased. Sometimes you don't want to show this lah. Okay, so how do you address this? You can just scale it to zero. Scale to zero. This is not scale to zero. Okay, so scale it to zero. This is actually stable. Although it's dropped, but it's not that much. This is just 0.01. It's not that much. Okay, so this is a better one. There are a lot of story. I mean, there are insight behind. Okay, when it come to data visualization. Okay, so this is drop is not good. Okay, depends. Okay, this day to ship, don't want to show this. Okay, but the loss. Okay, the loss. Okay, the parcel loss, right? This is good. You want to show this. Okay, so you want to show that in every year how many parcels you have lost. Okay, this is not good. You must show this one. Okay, so parcel loss is decreased. Is good, right? Because parcel loss is decreased for that company. The reputation is good because you do not lose a lot of parcel, and this is good. Yeah. So come to different kind of scenario, use different kind of data visualization. Okay. So this is a line chart. Okay. Maps. Okay. Maps are a no-brainer. Okay. To visualize location specific. Okay. To visualize location specific questions or aid geographical exploration. Okay. So for this case, you can see this is Malaysia. This is the population. Okay. I don't know. This is the density population. Okay. So from here, there's a colors over here. Okay. We as a Malaysian, okay, we know that when you look at this part, where is it? Okay. If you live long enough in Malaysia, lah, okay. I mean, if you listen to your geographical teacher very well, you know that where is this? Okay. This is Johor. Okay, so for this case, this is memory density is about this color. Okay, what I want to show is this is a good visualization without putting the state name inside. Okay, for example, this one. Okay, this is US. This is US. Okay, we are not US citizen. We are not no we do not know that what is this. But for them, for example, for them, the US citizen, okay, there are a lot of words here. This is to show the total cells. Okay, light color means that it's less cell. The darker color it means that you have a higher cell. Okay, so for this case is there are words inside. It may distract. You can see they're overlapping already. Okay, they may distract. Okay, why not? This is the best. For again, for US citizen, they will know that where is it, because they live there. But we are not. Assume you are US citizen, this is best. Okay, we know that this have a higher cell without putting a words inside. Okay, without putting a words inside. Okay, so these some tips if you want to use map. I don't know, in your hackathon, maybe you want to use maps. Okay. Okay. So pie chart. Okay, pie chart could be used when you want to show the contribution. Okay, contribution to the total. Okay, for example, this is a cell chart. These two are the pie chart, but you can see the arrangement, they are different. Okay, for the cell, for this one, it just tabulate, show just, it didn't follow the highest to lowest. Okay, it just like 28%, 40%, 43%, 50%, something like this. But the right side is actually show from the highest to the lowest. Maybe this is best for some scenario. Okay, so this one it didn't show for highest to lowest, but this one you could show the highest to lowest. Maybe sometimes this is best for scenario, like I mentioned. Okay, so this is pie chart. Okay, for other example, so let me see. Okay, so this is other example. You can see that this is also the bar chart. Okay, bar chart again, there are many ways. Just now I mentioned that you can actually highlight a bar chart, one of the bar chart. Okay, so you can actually arrange from highest to lowest. Okay, so this is how many left in the bar. So from here, the highest to lowest. So from here, we can actually know that which one is the highest. No need to worry that it will extinct. Okay, no need to worry it will extinct. So until the end. Okay, so this is one example. So this is another example. This is the children with a traditional stay-at-home mother, something like that. How many percentage? This is 20%. Okay, sometimes this may not be useful. This is the bar chart. How about you change to this? It is using wood with some colors. Okay, so show the one that's significant. Okay, maybe in your hackathon, you can show that the big number like this, then of something, then highlight the one that maybe this 20% less, 20% more efficient by using route A, something like that. Then highlight the route A. That's the best way. Okay, instead of just showing like one line without any big font, they all just look normal. So for this case, we can know that it's 20% is very straightforward. This is one of the example. Okay, so other example, for example, this is a table. Okay, you may use table also I think your hackathon, you may, at the end, when you do have the result, right, you may have this kind of table. For example, this is table. For example, you have route, just for example, okay, route A, route B, route C, category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the percentage. that you have. Okay, from here, I can hardly tell that I need to search a look. I need to scan a little bit. Okay, some person scanning speed is very fast. When you look at it, you will scan a few times, you know that this is the highest already. I'm sorry, this is highest. You can say I'm wrong also. Okay, so some person scanning speed is not that fast. Why not you put the heat map lower to high? Heat map, something like this. Okay, this low, sorry, light color is low, dark color is high. So from here, I quickly know that this is the highest. Okay, this is called heat map. Okay, then we have an interview breakdown. So this is also one of them. Okay, so this is a good, I think you somewhere see before now. Okay, out of hundreds something, then how many is like this, how many is like this. Okay, you can do the breakdown like this, interview breakdown, something like that. And then at the right side, this is the another example. Okay, this is a cost per mile by miles driven. Okay, so this is the bus fleet. Okay, you can hackathon, right? I mean, it's a how many miles you've driven, right? I mean, the lorry driven, right? Okay, you can actually tabulate like this. Okay, tabulate like this, and the average is here. This is not good because average, I know average is here, but why not you put a line like this and then highlight this is, I don't know, maybe just for example, maybe highlight this better. Anything lower than that is not good. Okay, this is one of the example. Okay, so actually this is the last slide already. Okay, it's 4:49. It should be fine. Okay, so yeah, this is the last slide already for the data visualization. So for the ending note, okay, so from data to decision that make the world impact begins. Okay, so this is AI generated. Okay, so that's the ending note. Okay, so I already complete all the content for today. Okay, so hope you all know that just a summary for today. Starting with, I've actually start with interactive section. I'll start with data. What is data and how many type of data? Okay, I also go through the some quick quiz, ask you if it's the numbers, what is the type of data, so on and so forth. Then I also go through the decision making. Okay, so we have different kind of personal decision making, organizational decision making, so on and so forth. And then we come to data driven decision making. What are the difference between that? Okay, also we also go through three hands-on today. Okay, so we use some Excel to do some formula, and also from there we build some insight and do some make some decision which one you want to promote, so on and so forth. Okay, and also the data visualization. So I'll give you some examples, which one is best. Okay, again, for the data visualization, also it always depends on your audience. Okay, so you may always want to pick the correct one that link to your data story. Okay, and also goes